The next day when the ship docked and they went to, you know, take him out of the room, they said his entire body was just ripped apart limb by limb.
Yeah, 6 months. I don't really know. Was that you?
Whoever is in here does not like when people are in here.
Wanna do my intro for me?
Yeah.
You wanna do it? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, hello-y. My name is Lo.
Somebody told me the other day that I'm missing out on a serious window of opportunity here by not doing that intro, and like, I completely agree. Guys, is it too late to change my intro to hi, hello-y, my name is Loey?
I just did it for you.
So, in case you guys did not already notice, I am here with my best friend and roomie, Miss London Victoria, and she started a YouTube channel. I'll have her link down below. She has 2 videos up, they're both amazing. But tonight, we are at the Queen Mary, and I somehow dragged her into this because it's just roomy things. Just leaving your apartment, and the safety, and the dogs, and the... to stay in a haunted hotel room. On a ship. On a haunted ship. So we have everything ready. I have my suitcase here with everything in it, which I won't tell you what's in it now. Because we're leaving. Quentin is house sitting for us. And what did you just tell me?
Don't talk to ghosts. Don't do it. Don't talk to any ghost. Not one, none.
Gotta go.
0 ghosts.
Gotta go. Ooh, that highlight, girl!
Oh! What'd you use?
I use the Ofra. It's called Star Island, and it is not limited edition. Ofra? Is it Ofra or Ofra? I don't know. That is why we don't see a lot of beauty videos.
What?
We are currently on our way to the Queen Mary, and I can honestly say I think we're in for a little more than I had bargained for. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of research in the car. London did a ton of research earlier today. Today's been weird, just like a weird day, like kind of like a bad luck sort of day. Like, we ordered smoothies for dinner and they arrived completely and totally shattered, which was like one of the weirdest things I've ever experienced in my life.
The thickest glass
Yeah, so like the guy like seriously had to have like dropped it and then like dropped it again, because I've dropped one of those smoothies and it's been fine.
I feel like this man literally just like had the bag, came outside our door and just went pah!
It's like Rudy as a Postmate. He's like, break. He's like, shake, here,
Hungry.
serve. Rudy sees the broken glass and he's like, hungry.
He goes, tip.
That happened. I just like had like a weird day. Like, a bunch of things just kept going wrong with like business and like all sorts of stuff. Like, you had kind of a bad day at work, so it's just been
really
like,
bad day.
yeah, I don't know, just like a bunch of bad luck, almost to the point where like, I don't know, guys. It's interesting to me whenever I do videos like this where I'm gonna go ghost hunting or like whatever, and it's like something like stands in the way. My hair is still wet in case you're curious why it looks like literal poop. No, but like London's done a little bit of research, well, a lot.
I literally researched it for like 2 hours, and I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on it.
We stand. I watched.
BuzzFeed did like a whole 20-minute like.
I watched the. Was it BuzzFeed Unsolved?
Yes, but it's before they reopened. So the room that we're
No
going
way.
to. Okay, so did you already say it? The room that we're going to is what, B340?
Yeah.
Supposedly the most haunted room on the ship, and they just reopened it in like April or something. And this video was filmed before that. It was filmed in like February, so they actually didn't stay in this room, and it was still like wild.
Like crazy. Like, they actually like caught some stuff on camera. There's a lot of stuff. We are staying the night. Like, this isn't, I mean, we're going like close to 25 miles out of our way, so like we're not coming back to the apartment tonight. London has to work in the morning at like 9 in the morning, so it's like by the time that we get there and we get started, we're not gonna be able to just like leave in the middle of the night. We have to sleep there, which normally if I ever do like an overnight hotel room challenge or whatever you want to call it, it's like I always like wind up leaving because I get too scared, or it's just like my apartment is down the road, so like why even, you know,
Well, yeah,
why even like
Roosevelt, like we left.
It was like why would we even stay there once all this stuff started happening? So I don't know, I'm just feeling pretty spooked. It's definitely more than I thought it was gonna be. Like, honestly, the whole thing with the Queen Mary is kind of more than I bargained for, but I don't know, I still think it's gonna be really cool and I'm really excited. So here we go, on our way, in traffic.
We love LA.
Los
Literally,
Angeles,
traffic,
baby.
It is 10:51 p.m. There's traffic.
Don't move to LA, please. Please stop moving to LA.
Subscribe.
But please do subscribe. So we're here, obviously. So basically London was researching the bejeebies out of this place. I had done zero research because I basically wanted to do it all when I was here. She literally gets home from work, walks into my bedroom, I say hi, she says, hi, do you know what you got us into? And then tells me all about room B340, which is what we are staying in today. It says B340, but the ring light's being obnoxious. Sorry, I wanted like this. Like, okay, so you guys, this room came with a freaking Ouija board and like a crystal ball.
You don't touch that.
Like a crystal ball, like this little candle, like a crystal, like a tarot card deck, like.
We're leaving this for decoration.
But then after this, it's like going in the closet.
Yeah, first thing about this room is it doesn't have the room number outside.
Yeah, the first thing that we noticed when we got here is that room B340 doesn't have a room number outside, and that's because, as we've already started seeing, people come down here specifically hoping to get spooked. So we took the liberty of spooking a few of them in place of the ghost.
So when I researched this room, pretty much nobody knows why this room is the most haunted room in the ship. But it is the most haunted room on the entire boat. For whatever reason, nobody knows completely why. There's a bunch of different theories and stories.
Mean, the Queen Mary itself admits that there are a lot of like haunted cabins, but this room is supposedly the most haunted. It was closed for 30 years and only reopened this past Friday the 13th in April.
Yeah.
I thought I would give you guys a quick little overview and talk a little bit about what's already happened, because of course things have already happened. Number one, the biggest thing is that this room, straight up, doesn't have a number on the outside, because apparently people will like stand outside it all night. So in here is the bathroom. We have, oh god, the shower. Here's the mirror, pretty standard, pretty much like you'd see on a ship, except, oh look, the instructions on how to play Bloody Mary. Can we talk about the fact that this room has only been reopened for like 6 months?
Not even April. Well, yeah, 6 months. No, it can't already be happening.
Did you tell me you heard that? Coming from like here, right?
Yeah.
From like in this closet. Like seriously, already?
It was like a creak. It was like
So I'm gonna give you guys a quick little overview. We have some scary stories that London and I will be reading in a minute. We have our bed. We have the clock, which for some reason says it's almost 3 a.m. It is not. It is like 11 o'clock at night, but it says it's almost 3 a.m. My suitcase, obviously. Over here, we have a little bit more. It tells you all the scary stories from the hotel. Here's our little view. It's real cute. Just straight outside. More scary stories. Oh, and they left us a bunch of tools to play with, I guess. We have a Ouija board. No. We have a crystal ball. No. We have a candle. Maybe. We have some crystals. And we have a tarot card.
Remember the lady literally said to us, we're like, oh, are we gonna be spooked? And she goes, oh, like, I've only really heard of people saying, like, we heard like little girls. Like,
I forgot about that.
And on here, I thought how nice to hear children laugh. Yeah, so I don't know.
We have our seating area where we could watch some TV, maybe a scary movie. We have a fridge. Then over here, we were over here just kind of looking at this closet area, and I already heard like a knock from there, but it's not a door.
Okay, but that's another thing that they said about this place is like a lot of people who stayed in this room said like one of the biggest complaints I guess that they get is that they hear knocking on the door.
So I don't really know. It's up. Was that you? Oh, it was her. Okay, so it's from the outside. Does it open? So it is a door, but no one would have been knocking on it. There's like no number, no nothing. I'm gonna read you guys a few of the stories. Lana and I are gonna read a few of these. This first one says, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a person walking by. So I turned to look. It was a lady in a powder blue dress. She was solid but unfocused and hazy. She never looked at either of us. Then suddenly she just walked behind a thin pole, which we had a clear view of, and just disappeared. Ooh. I was on the elevator that is in the aft part of the ship, and it was very early in the morning. I was going up between E and F deck when I heard children playing. I thought, how nice to hear children laugh. But so early, it was around 6 a.m. I then started to hear the words, mommy, mommy, and I realized it was coming through the control panel on the elevator. I then heard more laughing and a dog bark, and then a cat meow. Then I heard, mommy, mommy. The elevator door opened, and I got out, and I checked that my radio wasn't on. I asked security if someone could talk through the speaker on the elevator, and they said only if I were going to call for them. I didn't know what was going on, but it was very strange. You wanna read this one?
I was doing my rounds of the ship when I noticed that a normally secure room was unlocked. I looked inside and saw a little girl standing in the room. She looked at me, stretched her arms out towards me, and then disappeared.
Ew, and we heard that little girl giggling from the freaking closet. God, I hope my camera had caught that. I really hope the camera caught that when it happened. And then there's one other over here. My family and I were up on the bridge looking around, and I wandered off by myself into the chart room. There was only one other guest besides myself in the room, and he left right after I entered. As I was looking at the chart on the table where they would lay out the maps trying to find the Queen Mary, I felt someone tug at the back of my shirt just above my left shoulder. When I turned to see if it was one of my family...
You heard that, yeah?
Yeah, what was it? That's not coming from out there.
No. It was like...
It was like at this door, wasn't it? There are literal tears in my eyes.
It's, okay, it's a door. You showed. It's a
Yeah.
door, but it's like, it doesn't open. Like I was saying, it's like, they combined rooms, so this door is just like, but it's like...
That's exactly what it... Ew.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. We've been here for 10 seconds.
But also this said, okay, so remember how I was saying that it used to be a different room and they combined rooms? So this says, the second floor was filed, the ship's log reads, third class passenger British subject found dead in cabin B226, cause unknown. Details of the passenger's death were never learned. However, it was discovered that the cabin B226 was later changed to B340.
Yikes.
That's a story that, like, and I said, I vlogged was like, they said like some dude like murdered somebody and they thought he went crazy. So they locked him in here like in timeout. And then when he finally like stopped screaming and stuff, because like he started screaming, they're like, oh, he's just crazy. They like came in to like let him out when the boat docked, and like his entire body was just like ripped apart limb by limb, and like each limb was placed. No, I don't like this. I actually like, no.
Is there someone out there?
No. Okay, actually no.
Where did that come from? Was it in there? Was it from outside?
No, I can't do this.
Was there someone outside the door?
There was maybe outside the door, but...
Yeah, just see. Oh.
There's somebody out there, but it literally came from like the closet. It's hard because it's like they're throwing like some weird party outside so you can hear stuff, but it's like there's a difference. Some stuff sounds very off into the, like in the distance, and some stuff is like that came from in there.
When I turned to see if it was one of my family members, I felt a chill and realized that there was no one else in the chart room. I left the room immediately. This was the first time anything like this had ever happened to me. Okay, literally turned off the camera, and the minute that I did, because I just assumed someone was outside the door like being creepy, I heard a shh.
Well, I looked out the wall, and it happened while I was looking out the people, and there was nobody out there. I literally looked out to see, because it like people were like talking, so I wanted to see. And it literally went shh. But the thing is, our room is like down a hallway.
Yeah.
It's not like a regular hotel where you can just like walk by.
Yeah, it's not like people are just passing by.
So the thing was, they closed it for 30 years in the 80s.
Because no one would stay in it. Literally no one would stay in this room.
Yeah, because it was just here like any other room.
Yeah.
But everybody, they said people would just leave in the middle of the night and just like want refunds and want to leave the boat because they were so freaked out. Stories of people like waking up to somebody pulling the bed sheets off of them, and then there being like a person standing at the edge of the bed, and then when like they call for service, like, it just disappears. This used to be 3 rooms, 3 rooms, and they combined them into making this one big room. One of the popular theories is that a man, okay, first of all, 49 people have died on this boat.
That's a lot of people, but I mean it's been around for a long time.
It's World War II, but it was all like really weird deaths. Like somebody died, they fell in the pool, 2 ladies died in the pool. Somebody, like one of the cooks here got like locked in the kitchen and burned alive. It's just like crazy stories like that. But pretty much in this room, one of the more popular theories is that there was a man who I guess just like went crazy. They think like he just mentally wasn't. The theory is that he murdered a woman on the boat, and because of that, they essentially like put him in timeout in this room.
And put him into one of the 3 rooms that is now room B340. That was room B326,
it says it right here, actually.
Right?
Says,
oh, does it?
Yeah, so it says the ship's log reads, third-class passenger, British subject, found dead in cabin B226, cause unknown. Details of the passenger's death have never been learned. However, it is discovered that cabin B226 was later changed to B340. So pretty much this guy, since he was crazy, essentially, what they thought, he was screaming, and I guess like he sounded like he was in pain, he was screaming. They just thought he was going crazy, so they ignored it. When he finally went quiet, they assumed that he just fell asleep. And the next day when the ship docked and they went to, you know, take him out of the room, they said his entire body was just ripped apart limb by limb, and like that's so graphic, but like that each part was different, scattered around the room. Now I don't know how true that is, but that's like one of the theories. So pretty much there's a ton of different theories about this room. The one thing they know for sure is it was 3 rooms at one point that are now obviously one big room.
That is the millionth time I've heard a knock on that door, and I can guarantee you. So we keep hearing knocking on the door that's like padlocked, and like we know the difference when someone's actually out there. You can hear people walking and stuff like that. People are like, that's the haunted. Like you hear them talking, like, or like whispering, or like even walking. You can like hear the floorboards, but like,
yeah, I will say the floorboards here kind of creak, so you can tell like
that somebody just knocked and there is no one there. Another, maybe like a variation on that same story, is that there was a man on the ship in like the 40s, the 30s, nobody really knows what time. This ship has been a lot of different things. And supposedly the man was like deranged and like kind of similar.
Same kind of story, yeah.
But he was harassing his family in this version. And then they used this room, or one of the 3 rooms that it once was, as a temporary holding cell. When his family came to visit, he lost his mind and killed his 5-year-old daughter. And then supposedly he was then murdered in this room. So it's kind of similar, where somebody goes crazy, they kill somebody. You know, at the end of the day, it's like a lot of urban legends and nobody really knows. But
obviously this room is very, like,
it's very haunted.
Right? So I mean, it's like obviously something happened, but the thing is like nobody knows exactly what it is. The other murders on the boat, people like, they know kind of what happened. Like for example, like 2 ladies were like killed at the first class pool, and like people have been known to see 2 ladies walking around there, stuff like that. And like, there's no concrete, this is what happened. The only concrete thing that I found consistently was it was at once B226, not B340. They changed the room number for whatever reason. So, as my lovely teacher over here has been teaching me, the Queen Mary has been around since World War II. I've heard a lot of stories from BuzzFeed Unsolved. I've heard a lot of like history videos about this. But it was a lot of different things, right? It's been like the Queen Mary has gone through a lot of different changes. It was named different things. It's just the history of it is insane. If you research it and really go in depth, you'll find that just the ship as a whole has been so many different things. What did that lady at the front desk say? She said it was 4 times the size of the Titanic, right? Yeah, something like that. Something insane, that it is huge. And it is huge. Massive. So we ordered a Postmate. I don't even know how they're gonna get on here. You honestly say a prayer for our Postmate. But the ship has been around since World War II. It docked in the 60s. This room has been closed since the 80s. And only reopened this year. Now, some complaints that they had prior to closing the room were just that people would not stay past midnight. People would not stay here and sleep here. They would always leave in the middle of the night due to something, feeling unsettled, feeling uncomfortable, feeling threatened, feeling like somebody is standing over them with their face pressed to theirs in the middle of the night, having the covers ripped off of them. Like, so many stories. The faucet running, like... Yeah, that's what she said, because we asked the lady when we came in. We were like, hey, are we gonna be really spooked? And she goes, oh, well, the biggest thing I've heard is like people hear a little girl laughing, and then they hear like very faint like music, like a music box. The biggest, I don't want to call it complaint, but like the biggest thing that people noted was that the sinks just turn on, lights turn on and off. If the sink turns on while we're here, I'm going to lose my mind. Do you understand? I'm going to lose my mind. We're gonna go back to the apartment. Like, no, we have to stay, because we did an overnight like challenge at the Roosevelt Hotel, and we had to leave because we failed. But tonight we're gonna succeed. London has to go to bed, or London has to go to work at 9 in the morning. London's not going to bed tonight. We're not going to bed tonight. So we kind of just wanted to come and see the hotel for ourselves and see if it was all true. And
I don't know, just experience it for ourselves. And when we checked into this room, somebody had to escort us upstairs because
they don't have a room number.
There is no room number.
Right. But somehow people still know what room it is, because there's been groups of people coming outside, so.
Clearly people know about the haunted history of this room. They know about the urban legends. They know about the stories surrounding it. They know that it is haunted. It is the haunted room of the ship. There are also so many other ghost sightings. There are ghost sightings in the hallways, in the infirmaries. Like, this ship has a lot of history behind it, and it's very haunted within itself. But this room, B340, for some reason is the, oh god, the AC scared me, is the room to be in if you want to get spooked. Which clearly the hotel, I mean, they've, you know, I don't blame them for capitalizing on it.
Yeah.
When you walk in, and I'll give you guys the tour, there are stories on the wall, there's a Ouija board, there's crystals and tarot cards, and it's very creepy, and they're capitalizing on it, which I don't blame them on. But it's just interesting that this one room is like the room of the whole ship.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's weird just because nobody knows why.
Yeah.
Like, there's no concrete, this is why, like, this happened in this room, that's why
like
it's
historically,
haunted.
like yeah.
So-and-so got murdered on this day in this room, now it's haunted, like.
But it would make a lot of sense if it was something like that, that the ship line would try to cover it up.
So, kind of the story that I was saying earlier about the guy who supposedly his limbs were ripped apart and all this stuff, said, okay, apparently back in the 60s, during one of the final transatlantic cruises before the ship was docked in Long Beach, where we are, a man went crazy and brutally murdered 2 women. His crimes were discovered and he was locked in his third-class stateroom, either B226, B224, or B222.
Okay.
The door was locked and a guard was posted outside. A little while later, he started pounding on the door, saying someone was in there with him, trying to kill him. The guard ignored him, thinking it was a ruse to escape. After a while, the passenger quieted down and the guard figured he went to sleep. The next day when the ship arrived in New York, the crew summoned New York police detectives and they went to apprehend the murderer. When they opened the door to the stateroom, they found the man had been ripped apart and his entrails and limbs spread all over the room. There was no way he could have done it to himself.
That is wild. That is like the creepiest story I've ever heard.
So that explains like the whole 3 rooms, because they don't know which room it happened in. So I guess essentially, if this was 3 rooms, I mean, you don't really know where it happened in the room, but
don't want to know.
So if this did happen, there had to be a reason that they renamed this room.
Right.
Because that is 100% fact. This was a different room.
So why would they rename it?
But they won't tell anybody why, and there's no record of it anywhere. Yeah. And that's what that sign like that they have hanging here says too, that it used to be room 226. So the boat tells us, like literally the people who own this place are like, hey, this used to be a different room, but they said that there's nothing on count either. So who is just like making up this story, and it just happens that this room is where people experience stuff.
And like, it's not like they renamed everything. It's like not like they renumbered everything. It was just like, I just don't understand. It doesn't make any sense.
Covers have reportedly been pulled off guests while sleeping, clothes hangers rattle, footsteps can be heard, and knocks on the door and more. So
that's the history of this room. That's the urban legend behind this room. That's why this is supposedly one of the most haunted places in the entire world. Now that's like literally
according to Time magazine, it's in the top 10 most haunted places in the entire world.
And then this room is probably one of the most haunted, if not the most haunted hotel room of all time. People have reported things like this. People have like, you know, done their own accounts. And I can say just from our experience being here so far, now I will quickly add, it's not that you're a skeptic. It's just that when we were at the Roosevelt, you were disappointed.
I'm a skeptic.
Yeah, I can safely say that. But since we've been here, I've seen you get spooked more times than I've ever seen you, like in like our 3 years of friendship. So far what's happened is when we came in the room, immediately the first thing that I noticed when we walked in, because it was dark in here, was that the clock was set to 2:52 a.m. It was literally set to 2:52 a.m., almost 3, and it is not 3 a.m. It is currently 12:55, but we came in here like
an hour ago,
Yeah. So now it says 4:08. I just thought that was kind of interesting that it said it was close to 3 a.m. when clearly it wasn't. Like, I mean, could it have been a malfunction? Could the clock have gotten unplugged? Sure, why not? But I just think that's usually something that they fix. You know what I mean? Like the room, you know, when they come in, they clean the rooms and stuff. So I thought that was weird. Almost immediately we were walking through the hotel and we heard, and we're both kind of up in the air about it. I hope my camera caught it, but it was either a creak or like a little girl laughing. We don't know which, but it came from the hallway closet off to this side when we were looking at the bathroom. The next thing was probably the knock. And then later we heard, and that was just a big like bang, bang.
Yeah.
And then we heard,
Yeah, but like on the window.
Like on the window. Like literally on the window, and like there's no way. There's literally no way. We are so high up off the ground. It doesn't make any sense. Hello? Our postmate is here. The Taco Bell is near. Keith is the freaking home.
How is he gonna find
I genuinely don't know. I said, our room doesn't have a number outside of it, so like call me. So far the verdict is I definitely feel like I didn't feel a weird vibe when we're in here, and sometimes I feel it and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel weird and sometimes I don't feel weird so far.
Well, I say at the Roosevelt when I walked in, you remember, like, and in the video it was like I walked in and I said like my heart instantly was like,
yeah,
I didn't feel right. Like I feel fine.
I feel fine too. It's just like something will happen and it'll be out of nowhere, and I'm just like, and I understand it's the ship, it's creaky, it's old, but whatever. We're in one of the
ship
newer
is
rooms.
This is the most like newly renovated room because it wasn't open for 30 years. You should, if you can like find a picture of the old and like insert it somewhere. Yeah. Because like the way this room looked, like when I was doing my research, because they would give tours of it, but they're like, nobody's allowed to stay in here. And everything was white, all the walls were white, like it was just like a tiny little bed, like it was just completely like stripped bare when everything started happening. And so they completely redid it. It's brand new. And like, I don't know, the boat's pretty quiet. Like even when people are walking by, for the most part, it's not like creak, knock, knock.
But it's nothing like that. So these little creaks will happen and we'll know exactly where it is because you can pinpoint it literally in the room. So we've heard creaks where there shouldn't be creaks. We've heard taps where there shouldn't be taps. We've heard knocks where there shouldn't be knocks. Somebody tapping against the window. And it seems to be once we start talking about it, I feel like that it starts happening, which is
and then the second you turned off your camera the last time.
Yeah.
Is like when it was like,
ew, so
like the second she turned off her camera.
So creepy. So I'm hoping what we're gonna do now is I kind of wanted this to be the intro video, just us telling you that we're here, sharing some spooky stories, and saying hello because
hi Loey.
Hi Loey, my name is Loey, her name is London. But I just wanted to give you guys a tour, show you the room, tell you what's up, and then the next few videos that'll go up about this place, we're gonna do a spirit box session in here. I don't think you're ready for that.
Another thing I was reading in here, and it said it on multiple sites actually, was that whatever is in here, whoever, whatever, okay, I'm busy.
Can't you see I'm busy?
I'm leisurely. But no, one of the things that it said on multiple websites was whatever's in here, crazy man, crazy woman, crazy whatever, whoever is in here does not like when people are in here.
I can't wait to explore here. It's gonna be so cool.
How are we gonna get back to our room? Do you remember?
No. My camera won't focus down there. Like it won't focus. Yeah, something's wrong down there. Woo! London and I are going down to go get our postmate right now. What floor do we go to? Oh, is it
Main.
R or M? Yeah, maybe it's Main. Because we're on.
So where are we?
We're on B. Because we're B340, remember? Oh, that doesn't feel nice. What
did we go down to get here?
Yeah, I think so. High key, that was like an adventure. We got our Taco Bell.
We got the goods.
But I hate this elevator so much. But it took us forever to figure out where in the world. Is this right? Yeah, no, this is right. Oh my god, I got scared. But it took us so long to figure out where to go. Oh, there are people. Ooh. Anyways, you guys, we are going to put away all the creepy stuff on this table. We're gonna eat our food. And then we are gonna do some major ghost hunting. So I hope you all enjoyed part 1 of our adventure at the Queen Mary. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
That was not there before.
Sam.
I literally cannot believe that just happened.